we are going to learn about the git revert command is there, and git rebase I am not going to tell you guys, that is up to you, you need to find out, because git rebase and git merge is almost similar, but there will be a slight difference will be there, means. So I just wanted to know from your end that what is that difference and all, so you'll better understand. Okay. And Git Push is there, that I'll explain, and Git Fetch and Git Pull and Git Clone will be there. Okay, so let's start the session with Git Revert. Okay, so what do you mean by Git Revert? So Git Revert is nothing. Okay, so you know we have commit IDs, right? So if you know, there is a command called, first get inside to this Paytm directory, correct? So there is a command called git log --, one line, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So so thank you. So the thing is, git revert is nothing but if you do whenever you want to know the commit IDs, right? Whenever you want to know the history of that particular commit. Okay, so there will be a commit ID, correct? So by chance, if this particular comment for that respective commit ID, this is for this commit ID, this is the respective comment, right? We have made it. So we know that this comment is correct, but by chance, if according to this commit ID and the operations you are performing, by mistakenly you have updated a wrong comment, instead of, suppose you created a file 7. Okay, so here if I create a file, if I do git first, let me see where I am. So I am in branch 1. So in branch 1, okay, so what all files are there? File 6, 7 or something is there, correct? And is anything is for update? No, nothing is there. So here what I am going to do is I am going to create a file. That file 8.txt, okay, or you mention file 11.txt, correct guys? So your file is created now, okay, and if you do git status, okay, so you can see we need to track this file first, we need to add it to the staging area, and then we need to commit this one, correct? So how we can add this one? Add, and then correct, and then what we need to do is, now understand here, okay, git commit -m. So here what I'm going to do is, by mistakenly, instead of the comment, okay, the comment should, what I need to write is created file 11.txt. So instead of that, what I have done is I have made it like this, file 12. So by mistakenly I have given the wrong statement in your comment, okay, and here also I have created and I have mentioned modified, but which I haven't done. Modification I haven't done, and I have mentioned file 12, correct? So it is a wrong comment. If I do git, okay, log --, one line, so you see there is a commit ID, right? This commit ID for this respective comment, but this comment is not at all correct. We have created file 11.txt, but we have made a comment that we have created and modified file 12, correct? So in that scenario, when your comment is wrong, so how we can revert that one? So in that scenario, we use git revert. If you want to correct your comments, okay, for the respective commit ID, then you need to use git revert. So how we can do that? So we can do that by git revert, okay, and you need to give the commit ID for that particular commit, okay. So enter. So here you can see, here we can edit this one, but remember guys, if you are making that comment correct also, okay, so there will be one more commit ID will be generated. That is also one, because you are doing one more action, right? So you are reverting that thing. So okay, what I am reverting that thing is, I am reverting here, I just created a file, okay, I created a file but I haven't modified the file, and the file name is 11. Correct? Okay, guys. So this is the revert I am doing, and instead of revert also you can remove that revert. That's not an issue. Okay. So just Control Y and then Control X. Okay. One second, guys. This is start this one. Okay. So here we have already reverted this one. Okay. So let me search. I was doing this regularly, but I don't know that issue.
Showing F2 and F3.
But why not Control X is working? I did not understand the point. Yes. Yeah, now it's asking, right? See? Oh, okay, guys, understand. So here, if you do Git status again, okay. So and if you see Git log -f1 one line, okay. So you can see this is reverted, right? Correct. So your changes is reverted now, correct? So the earlier file will be also there. That this commit ID will be there, but again a new commit ID will be created with the modification. Getting my point, guys? Understanding the point?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me show you this again. I need to show you how you need to perform on Nano Editor. But by default, it will be opening in Nano Editor. So you'll be facing issue with nano editor. It's not VI editor. Okay. So what I have done it there is, so to save that one, suppose I am opening this particular file once again. Okay, this one or this file. Okay, if I want to modify it, so I'm telling git revert and this ID. Okay, so it won't be opening in any other editor because Ubuntu will open in default. It will be opening in your nano editor. Okay, so if you want to make any changes over here, okay, so I have not made any changes as of now. Okay, and I just want to save this one. So do Control X. Okay, so you will be coming out of this one without saving. Okay, if you coming out of that one without saving, so you just need to do Control X. So there won't be any changes. Okay, but if you want to change, okay, git revert and then the commit ID. It's not going well. VI. Okay. Git revert and just take any ID of this. Okay. So here you modify something as of now. Put something over here. Okay. ABC something will be there. So in that scenario, what you need to do is Control X. So now it's asking, right, whether you want to save or not, because you have made a changes, correct? So if you want to save, then just a Y. You have done Y, right? But after that you need to just press enter. That's it. No need to do anything. You will be automatically come out of that one. If you don't want to save, then do N and enter. So now if you can see the same file with the command, okay, git log, correct? So here you can see the changes has been done, right? Correct? Understanding my point, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the operation. This is why we use git revert. Okay. Now the next is very much important in term of your global repo. Okay. So in this scenario, what we need to do is, so next command is git push. So when we require to push the files to your global repository. Okay, guys, understanding? Okay. So here I am going to, so for the Git Rebase, you need to dig out from your end. Just for a means normal for your understanding hint as I am giving. So Git Rebase is nothing but it's almost similar to Git merge. Apart from a master, it will create a no space. So master, like if you do git merge, correct? So the space will be created in the master itself. Okay. But apart from master, it's going to create a no space on top of your master. So just try to dig out from your end. If you are not able to understand and if you are not able to do the action through Git Rebase, okay, then I'll explain you step by step how to perform the action with Git Rebase. Okay, guys, and what is the small or minor difference between Git Rebase and Git merge? Okay. Okay, fine. So moving towards the next command, that is git push. So let's check where we are exactly now. Okay.
Git
So
branch.
so git branch. So we are in branch 1. Okay. So what we need to do is git checkout branch
2.
No, we need to go to master first. Okay. And just check what all files are there. And if you want to see any update should be there, then git status will be there, right, guys? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So here just create some file. Okay. File file 11 I have already created, right? File 12 you can create .txt. Okay, Fine.
Hmm.
In either you can create in any of this branch, okay, and you can check out there and you can merge there, okay. That is one more thing, okay, that you can do it, or straight away you can do it with the yeah, in your master server also, okay. No need to
Hmm.
create on branch b1 and a branch 2 or branch 1, and again you need to merge those things, okay guys. Okay,
Hmm.
so git status, okay, what we need to do is git add file 12.txt and then git commit, correct,
Hmm.
hyphen m git file
12.
12.txt,
Just
okay. Done, okay. So if you do git status, nothing is there, right,
yeah.
correct. So you know you have created file 12.txt, okay. But how we can use git push? So before creating to git push, you need to create an account in GitHub, okay. Then only you can push it to the global repository, right?
Hmm.
Here, if you want to push that file to your global repo, that is GitHub, then you need to create a repository over here. See, I have already created a repository, but if you want to create a new repository, okay, then you need to create it like this, okay. So create a new repository. So it will ask you your repository name. So that repository is going to create under level upskill only, because level upskill is my user ID. So if I want to change the user ID, I can change my user ID, guys, here. Okay. So I have given my user ID as a level upskill. Under that, that is the owner name. So this is also one interview question they asked me in some of the. Can you tell me? Okay, he told me that there will be a clone ID. Okay, URL will be there. So that URL is what? That URL is nothing but that URL we need to mount it to the local repository. Then from here only we can push it to the global repository. So what is the format for that one? The format for that one is first the owner name will be there and then your repository name will be there.
Okay.
This is a small thing, right? But that guy
Hmm.
asked me. Means here if you are going for a private kind of means for your organization, only difference will be there. For we are working as a public, right? So we are choosing as a public, and if you are working as a private, means it's a intranet, means for your organization, then you will be going ahead with the private. Same way if you want to create the account, so it will be created with private. Understanding my point, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so here I have already created the repository, so no need to create the repository again. So if you want, I'll show you. It's a normal user ID credential, same way only you need to do it. There's nothing difference will be there. Okay, so here you can see there is a clone or download ID, right? So this format he was asking me, what is that https://github.com level upskill and then again level upskill. So first is your owner name and second one is your repository name. This you need to remember. Okay guys, understanding my
Yeah.
point? Okay. So as a step one, what you need to do is you need to create the account on GitHub like https://github.com/manoranjan. Okay, and your repository name is something XYZ. Okay, understanding my
Yeah.
point, Manoranjan? Okay,
Yes.
yeah. So at enterprise level, we have private repo. Okay, and at means Google for it means normally we have public repo, means which we were creating. That is the two very important points. Okay, now here what you need to do is you need to mount this path to this local repository. So which path you need to mount? So this is your origin URL. We need to take this particular URL is called your origin URL. if I'll tell you this URL, okay, so this URL is called your origin URL. Okay, so what you need to do is, if you want to push the files from your local repository to your global repository, then you first need to mount the origin. Okay, so how we can mount the origin? So to mount the origin, what you need to do is, first you need to check git branch, so where you are, correct? So you should be in the master, then only you can mount this one. Okay, so this is why I have not created the file in branch 1 or branch 2, because ultimately we need to merge it to the master, and from master only you can push it to the global repository. Okay guys, so just check here, is there any file called file, what file name we have created here, file 12.txt, right? So there is no file with file 12.txt, correct? Here nothing is there, right? File 12.txt is not there, right? Correct guys?
Yes.
Okay, so what I am going to do is git remote, okay, and add, okay, origin, origin URL you need to give, sorry, no need to give origin, origin URL you need to give, that's it. Copy this thing, okay, and paste it over here. Two times it happened or once? Once only, right? Enter. Let's see. Origin is required. Yeah, origin is required, guys. Okay, so we need to put this word keyword origin also. Okay, so now it is mounted, okay, to your global repository. So now you need to push the file. Which file? File 12.txt. So whichever files are there, okay, whichever files are there, okay, it won't be pushed again. Okay, only the file which is not there, it is going to push to your global repository. So how we can push that one is git push, okay, and -u and your origin master, enter. So it will asking you the username. What is our username? Level up skill, right? This is the username, correct guys? Enter. What is the password? Let me see it's correct or not. Authentication error. So the password I have given, I need to remember. Level up skill. Okay. And the password for this one is @ e fg19. Yeah. Error HTTPS because rejected remote contents work that you have. Let me see. It doesn't came right. Okay, I'm going to create a new account here. Okay, so instead of this one, because I forgot the password, guys. Okay. Okay. So here I'm going to give the username as my name only. Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, man.
Obviously, I have to drop out. I have
Okay,
another
that's
call.
fine. I'll share you the videos. Okay, I'm creating the
Yes.
GitHub new repository also, so that will also
Okay.
help you out to how to create and all. Okay.
Yeah. And one more thing. So tomorrow you are going to start Jenkins or Ansible or something, right?
No, Jenkins only. I'll start.
Okay.
Ansible will come later. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Man. Okay. Okay, Pawan. So we need to verify. Okay. So now we logged in here. You can see demo repo. Okay. And We need to verify our email. So our repository is verified. So here I am going to give the repository name is anything. It could be a Abhishek. Okay, repo. Fine. Understanding,
Yes.
Paul? Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And it should be public only. Okay. And nothing, no need to do anything. Initialize this repository with readme or something, or this also skip this step if you are importing an existing repository.
Okay.
Okay. So no need
Okay.
to do anything, just do a create repository. That's it, done. Okay. Now just go to your repository. Okay. So this is your repository URL. Okay. So you can see the owner name will be first and then the repo name, right? This one,
Yes.
correct?
Yes. Yes.
So what you need to do is you need to take this entire URL. Okay. Copy this one. Okay. One second, huh? Copy this one and connect it here also. Okay. Okay. CD Paytm. Again we need to do git remote. Okay. Add origin. Okay. And the URL. Enter.
Okay. Remote not required, right?
Okay.
Git add origin only. Hmm.
No, git remote is required. Git remote add origin. Remote origin already exists. Okay. Then we'll do git push. We'll see. Git push.
In URL, it is written a demo test repo, not Abhishek. Username is not there. See the URL.
This one you are telling?
Yeah, yeah. Origin URL.
Okay, okay, okay. One second.
Acha, the username is a demo something.
Mm-hmm.
After that, push like.
So here the thing is, you need to remove the previous origin URL, then only it should work. Okay. So how we can remove
We have
yes, we have already added a remote origin URL. So until unless if you don't remove this one, okay, so the next origin URL doesn't work. Okay. So in that scenario, you need to run a command git remove origin. Okay, so it will remove the previous one, and you need to add the new one. So the new one we can add it directly, correct? So it's added, and now what you need to do is you need to copy this line. Okay, so you have added the URL. Now you need to push. Okay,
but here it is not asking username, password and all.
No, it will ask now. Okay, so once you need to mount the path, then only it will asking you when you are pushing it to the master. Now it's asking, right? So the username is
username is like dev something.
This one, demo test. This one, demo test repo. Okay, so the username is demo test repo. Okay, enter, and the password is demo test repo. See, it's added, right? And it's what it does is it push the file to the your whichever files are there. So it's pushed to that global repository. Okay. So if you yeah. So if you click on this repository, you will come to know. So these are the files, correct? So these are the files which was already there. So file 5, file 4, and file 12.txt we have created, right? So now you can see all the files are here only, correct?
Correct.
So this is the push operation. If you want to see that any particular file is already or other way also you can do it. Okay, so you just create a file. Okay, so you know you are at which, you are in master, right? So you are in master. So what you need to do is normally the normal scenarios will be git checkout, okay, branch v1, okay, and here just see which all files are there. Okay, just create one new file. So here you can create a new file with name. Okay, I'm just mentioning pawan.txt. Okay, and this one I'm entering some data. Okay, created new file pawan, correct, and added data to it, right? Control D. Okay, so this file is there now, correct? pawan.txt. Now what I need to do is you need to check track this one, correct? So you need to add it to the staging area first. Git add pawan, done, and you need to commit git commit -m, okay, and then
comment
created file pawan, correct? Enter, done. Now you need to merge this file to your master server first, okay, to your master branch first. So how we can do that one? So you need to check out to your master, correct? Git checkout master, done. And how we can merge it? Git merge, okay, and your branch b1, right? We have created in branch b1, right? Enter, okay. So now it is already up to date. If you do ls, so you can see pawan.txt is here, right? In your master. Now we need to push this file to where? You need to push this file to your
GitHub.
Git means yeah,
GitHub.
GitHub. That is your global repository, correct? This
Yeah.
is your global
Yes.
repository. So how we
Yeah.
can push this one? So straight away to push
Git.
the file. So this time
Yeah.
no need to add or something URL, because you have already added the URL. It need to be added once only. Okay.
Okay.
So hyphen
Okay.
u and then origin master. Okay. Enter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it will ask you the username.
Username and password.
So what is our username is demo.
Demo test.
Our username is demo test repo, right?
Test repo.
Demo test repo, right? And password
Yeah.
is @p#fg19. Okay. So now you can see whichever files are there, it's pushed to your global repository, right? So if you refresh this one, so you will come to know that file is available now. Correct? So you can see pawan.txt is here now.
Yes. Yes.
Fine. So this is one operation, and yeah.
Because it is pushed to local repository to global repository. That's
Global repository. Correct?
Yeah.
Now the next scenario. So next scenario is Git Fetch is there. Okay. And Git Fetch is what? Means if suppose in normal scenario, what we do is Git Fetch is there. Before pulling, we should use Git Fetch. Okay. If you want to see, but see, if somebody has created some file, okay, here if I do straight away only Git Fetch, okay, if I do Git Fetch, okay, so nothing will be there, so you won't see any message over here, okay. But somebody came here, okay, to your global repository, and he created a file. Okay, he created a file with some name. Okay, that file name is abc.txt. Okay, and he added something by mistake created this file. Okay, so we should not create from your global repository any file or anything, but by mistake he has created that one. Okay. And in the commit, what he mentioned, created abc.txt, correct? This is the file name.
Yeah.
And you need to commit. Okay. So you can see that guy has created a file that is abc.txt. Okay. So Git Fetch is used when if something is modified to your global repository. Okay.
Okay.
If nothing is there, then Git Fetch is not going to show you any message. Okay. But now if I do Git Fetch over here, okay, so you will see a message. Now see, there is a message, right? It means there is some modification happened. So if you are able to see this message, whenever if you are running Git Fetch, if you are able to see this much of message, then sure that there is modification happened to your global repository. That we have already seen. We have created a file called abc.txt. So in that scenario, what you need to do is you need to pull that file to your local repository. So how we can pull that file to the local repository? By using Git Pull command. Okay. Understanding, Pawan?
Yes, Abhishek.
Okay. So Git Pull and your origin URL you need to mention. Okay. So what is your origin URL here? So your origin URL you need to clone it from here. Okay. Enter. That's it. So you can see now in your global repo, sorry, in your local repository, that file abc.txt is here now. Correct?
Yeah.
Understand? So this is how your Git Pull, Git Fetch and Git Push works. So why we need Git Clone? Okay, so the reason we need Git Clone is because here if you want to pull a particular file, then you are using Git Pull. Okay, but in some scenarios when you want to pull the entire project or entire directory, so in that scenario you need to use Git Clone. Okay, If you want to fetch the entire project, okay, then you need to use git clone. Okay, so
Oh,
let me show you one example. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some repository. Sample Java project. Okay, just check it is there or not. Yeah. If you are able to find out, then it's good. So you can see there is a repository called for the sample Java project. Okay. So what I am going to do here is I am going to pull this entire code to my this local repository. Okay. So this is someone else code is there. Okay. So how I can pull that one? Okay. So you can pull that one by using git clone command directly. Understanding my point,
yes.
Pawan? Okay. So click on this one. Okay. Copy this URL. Okay. And here, just come here and just type git clone and give the entire URL. Got it? Now do ls. So you can see you have fetched the entire code, right? Understanding my point, Pawan?
Yes.
And if same code, if you want to push it to your repository now, so you understand how globally we are working, right? So if you want to
Yes.
push this same thing to your repository, so how we can do that one is, how we can do this one?
Like a user in origin, and then we will provide our repository like a
No. Just
branch
git
one
push you need to
branch.
do, enter. And
Okay.
it will be asking you the username. That is demo test repo, correct? That is our user ID, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now go here. Okay, one more thing. So here, why it's not pushing it to your repository? The reason is it's not at all committed first. So if you do git status, so you will be able to see like this, correct? You need to commit
Yes.
it to the local repository, then only you can push it to the global repository, correct? So how we can do
Yes.
that one is git add
Git
and your,
uh,
correct,
sample. Yes.
git commit hyphen m,
Commit hyphen m comment.
okay, fetch entire correct, done. So now you can do this one. So if you do this, so you'll know that nothing is pending now, correct. Now you can run this command. Okay, which command? This one. Okay, demo test repo, correct.
Yeah.
See, now it's pushing it to your global repository, right?
Yeah.
If you refresh this one, so sample java.project is here, right?
Yeah.
So we are end up with the session with the Git and GitHub, Pavan and Manoranjan. Okay, so if you have any doubts or any queries related to this Git and GitHub, okay, so you can ask me at any point of time. And from your end, you need to see what is Git Rebase. If you are not able to find out what is Git Rebase and what is the minor difference between Git merge and Git Rebase, then I'll explain the same. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Pavan. So thank you. The next
Yeah,
session
okay.
will be having the Jenkins. Okay. So thank you.